welcome back to my vegan kitchen. I've got a different type of recipe video for you today. It's not actually a recipe video at all. It is a for your consideration video. I was very kindly sent a pressure cooker from COSORI, and it's a nice premium one. It's very comparable to the Instant Pot. I have been using my Instant Pot for about 2 years now. I got it for Christmas 2 years ago. And I have to say, I am in love with it. But now, there's a new guy in town called COSORI, and I've been checking it out for the last couple of days, and I have to say, I really like it a lot. But that's a little bit of a spoiler. Let's talk about it a little bit. I'm not being paid in any way for this, except that they sent me a free product to try out, and I'm sharing my review, my honest review with you guys. So I'm not swayed by money at all.
Hashtag not spawn.
Exactly. Hashtag not spawn. So it's very similar to the Instant Pot. I mean, the Instant Pot has been around for a long time. It's a very popular brand. I feel like this is a newer brand, so number 2 always tries harder. In the very nice box, you get some extra stuff here that the Instant Pot didn't come with that would have been extremely nice to have, but they offer for sale separately, but it's all included with the COSORI. So of course you get the standard rice measuring cup, ladle, and paddle. The Instant Pot came with that as well. But in addition to that, you also get an extra inner ring, which is really nice, because the last thing you want to happen is you want to cook something and you find out that your ring went kaput. Oh my gosh, now I gotta dig up and find, it's nice to have one ready to go when that happens. Also, you get a little recipe book, you get a bonus year warranty, and just the inner workings of, the pressure cooker, what all the buttons mean and everything in this one. And as an added bonus, you get a glass lid, which is in my dishwasher right now because I was just using it. That's really nice. With the Instant Pot, you have to buy that separately. And a steamer basket. In the Instant Pot, it's a very short one with 2 handles on the side, which is kind of awkward to use sometimes. I feel like this one is designed a little bit better, that it's got this ring right in the middle for you to pick up the food. Sometimes it's hot, you don't want to burn yourself in there. Let's face it, all the time it's hot, not just sometimes. So I am going to make my turkey seitan with you guys today. And I peeled a russet potato and cut it up, and I'm gonna pop it in the pot here. So here's my COSORI right next to my Instant Pot. You can see they're basically about the same size. I'm going to put my water in, and I'm going to steam these potatoes. This is something that's really funny. I love that they have this on here, so you could see exactly where to put the lid.
Ooh. On
the Instant Pot, I actually took some nail polish and made a mark on here because it was hard to see. So it's nice that they have thought of that already. Gee, I wonder if they read my mind. You can see on the front panel here, there's a lot more buttons than on the Instant Pot. It's nice to have these presets, like for pasta, or, well, the Instant Pot has yogurt too, but they break down the rice into white and brown, which is nice. They have hot pot, so just if you're gonna do like a fondue or something like that. So we're gonna do steamed potatoes, and already it pops up with 25 minutes. That is for a whole potato. I cut mine up, so I'm going to adjust the time down to...
You went up? Okay.
No, it doesn't. Alright, so I got 10, and then I'm going to start. And make sure your pressure valve is closed. So that's going to do its thing while we talk about why I like it so much. Alright, back in the day, before I had my Instant Pot, I was terrified of pressure cookers. Because the ones they didn't have the electric ones. My mother-in-law had a pressure cooker, and I thought, whoa, you're brave. Because there's no safety mechanisms in place. So I was always afraid of it. I never had a pressure cooker. She always offered to buy me one, and I never wanted one. And then I saw that they came out with electric pressure cookers, and I thought I could try this because there's a lot of safety mechanisms, and in fact this pressure cooker has 10 safety mechanisms built into it so that it's not going to blow up in your face, hopefully. I mean, there's a very small chance, right? You know, you can't say never. Never say never. But I feel very confident using it. This does so many things. It's a steamer. It's a fondue pot. It's a yogurt maker. It's a slow cooker. It's a pressure cooker. It's a rice cooker. You can make soups in there, stews. It is just so versatile. This one even bakes cakes. Alright, so I cannot really find anything bad or negative to say about this. Let's talk price now. This is not significantly cheaper than the Instant Pot, but when you add in all of the things that you would have to buy separately, it is significantly cheaper. The number one consideration that I have, though, for pressure cookers is that the inner pot definitely has to be stainless. No Teflon coating. I don't think that's a good thing to have in a pressure cooker. This one, as well as the Instant Pot, has high grade stainless steel inner pot, which is very important to me because I don't want the coating coming off with the Teflon ones. So that was like the first check mark that went off on my list. The second check mark that had to be filled was that it had to be large enough to feed my family, and there's 5 people in my family, so it's got to be big enough to make a meal for everybody. It can't be a small pressure cooker. They do have small ones too, but this is, I think, their mid-range one. I think they also have an 8-quart. This is a 6.3 quart, I think. I think the Instant Pot is a 6-quart. You know, this one's just a little bit bigger. This one goes to 11. Alright, so you can hear it now. It's coming up to pressure. The steam is going to close the valve soon. I just even noticed something I hadn't noticed before. This has a little indicator on here so that the lid is locked. There's no chance that it's going to be incorrectly locked, which will make it come out. Alright, the potatoes just went off, and just like the Instant Pot, when it's done, it goes right into keep warm setting. So what I would do when I release the pressure is I would press stop, cancel, and I just noticed I didn't take a lot of notes on this, so I'm just kind of speaking from the heart and how it is how I would use this intuitively. So I noticed that the pressure valve on the top is colored red, so it's much easier to see, and it sticks up much more than the Instant Pot one. When the Instant Pot one comes up, it's only flush with the top, so it's kind of hard to see sometimes. So it's nice to see that that's sticking up a little bit higher. The pressure release valve is a little bit nicer also on the COSORI than on this one. This one's a little bit smaller, and when you go to use it, you kind of almost have to put your hand over it, which is a little bit dangerous. This one, the lever is in the front, so there's no chance of burning your hand. So I'm just going to let the pressure out quickly and show you guys what the potatoes look like. A little tip, when you do this, if you don't want the pressure valve to splatter all over the place, as it sometimes does, just put a dish towel over the top of it. And you can see, same thing, when it's ready to open, the little dot on the top, the bar will go back in. That means it's safe to open the lid. Oh, and it plays a little tune. Gotta love it. Now, I looked all over the internet. The Instant Pot, this is the only difference that I could see. It's not a deal breaker, though. The Instant Pot has a little notch cut out that holds the lid. The COSORI does not have that, so, but that would not be a deal breaker for me. So we're going to take out the potatoes. It's much easier to take this steamer basket out than it is Just saying. So we're gonna let those cool off. I'm gonna get together my seitan roast and we're gonna pop it back into the pressure cooker. So I've mixed up my turkey recipe. It's ready to go in the pot. So I still have the water from before, which is fine. I'm putting that in. I'm not using the basket on this one. You really don't have to. Some recommend that you do. I don't think it really matters. So now we're going to set it to cook. We're going to select manual, and the pressure is going to be maximum, and the cook time is already preset at 30 minutes, so we don't have to adjust that. You could also steam this, but I want to check out the pressure cooking part of this. So make sure the valve is closed on top and press start and come back in 30 minutes. All right, after the 30 minutes was up, I did a natural release, which means you just unplug it, well, turn it off, unplug it. You don't have to open the valve because it will release the pressure itself probably after about 20 minutes or so. So now you can take the lid off, and I'm just going to let that cool off and then put it in the fridge, and by the time we're ready to have dinner, it will be ready to be sliced. All right, guys, the turkey has cooled off. It's been sliced. It's got gravy on it, and it's been reheated. And there it is in all of its glory. And it was all made possible by the kasoori.
Woo!
All right, and I also made another batch of mashed potatoes to go with it. So we're ready to eat dinner, but I did take a couple of notes on things that I think I left out before or that I want to reiterate. Pressure cooking is fantastic. You don't have to worry about it boiling over.
Lucy hates that.
I know. She hates a messy stovetop. You don't have to worry about that with the pressure cooker. It keeps everything super clean. I barely even have to clean my oven. All right, you don't have to watch it constantly. You can go off and do whatever you want. If you want to go in the other room and do something, you don't have to worry about it boiling over on the stove. It turns off when it's done. It's got the timer. It's got those safety mechanisms if anything should go wrong, God forbid. It's very easy to clean. It comes apart in a few parts very easily. The inner pot goes in the sink, in the dishwasher if you want. It also is a storage thing. If you want to cook a meal, put it in the fridge with a top on it or the lid, and you can reheat it later on in the day, the next day, a few days later. It has the reheat function on there, so if you've got a meal in there, pop it back into the outside casing, hit reheat, and it's gonna reheat your dinner for you, very simply. And I have one warning. Once you have one of these, you're gonna want another. Because you're gonna find yourself wanting to make everything in there, figuring out how to make everything in there just because it's so easy and so convenient. So that is my review of the kasoori pressure cooker. I hope it was helpful to you guys if you're on the fence about getting a pressure cooker, or if you are on the fence on getting an Instant Pot versus a kasoori. It's definitely a good value, and I'm all about the value. Who isn't? I mean, you want to get the most that you can for your money, and you want it to be quality, and I really feel that it's a good value. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm starving. I want to eat my kasoori meal tonight. So subscribe for more videos like this. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know if you have a pressure cooker or if you're interested in a pressure cooker in the comments. And until next time, much love.